So I'm making this video to talk about the real reason behind why the mainstream media, specifically the Wall Street Journal, is lampooning PewDiePie. And the reason for that is because YouTube have created a source of information that is 100% unfiltered. You have all of these perspectives, and what that has done is it has revolutionized the way people have consumed content. And look at people like Salamandrin have talked about this. Why he's pouring so much money and effort into his YouTube channel. But why he's doing that is because he thinks that the future of media consumption are platforms like YouTube or YouTube. And PewDiePie is the face of YouTube. He has 53 million some subscribers. So it's only natural that the media would go after him. Why? Because they know that they're the information source of days long past. So if you look at what's really going on here, they're attacking him because they're desperate for attention. They're desperate to hold on to the attention spans of people that have trusted them to bring them reliable information. What really astonishes me is that there are 53 million subscribers, most of whom have watched, hundreds of PewDiePie's videos. So, which means there are a lot of people who know what this guy is really about. There are a lot of people who know who he is as a person, not only just consuming the content that he produces. You know what I mean? YouTube's more than just about watching a TV show. I think the reason people subscribe to a person's channel is 50% cool content and 50% because they like the person doing it. A good example of this is if you look at all of the car or automotive YouTube channels, there are tons of them, yet all of them gather a significant following, albeit some of, or even a lot of the people who follow one or two of those channels follow other ones. Why? Because people like the person producing it and they like a different perspective on the same thing. So back to how this relates into PewDiePie is that it becomes very obvious to the YouTube audience and PewDiePie's audience that the mainstream media is totally blowing this out of proportion. And what it shows is how little they understand about the YouTube community and how little they understand about YouTube as an industry. And that's the reason that they're going to be replaced by it ultimately, why they're going to become obsolete. The mainstream media as it stands today will become obsolete, and they will be replaced by programs, by companies, and by services such as YouTube, where people can create the content themselves and other people can see firsthand what's going on without the filter, without the bias, without the bullshit. The thing that the mainstream media does not want you to do is they don't want you to form your own conclusion about the things that you see. They want you to form the conclusion that they have formed because they want you to follow their rhetoric and they want you to fall in line with their agenda. That's the point. And they're going to fight the transition of content consumption from these large media conglomerates like CNBC into companies such as YouTube where individuals create their own content. They're going to fight it tooth and nail because they'll know it'll be the death of them. And they know that if they want to have a way to continue controlling the rhetoric, that either they're going to have to create their own place like YouTube or they're just going to have to be another channel. And they're a little late to that party because we already have millions, if not tens of millions, of different channels that we can choose from. So it really goes to show how out of touch they are, and it's only furthering the opinion. It's only growing the opinion of most people that they simply can't be trusted. I mean, if you look at the Wall Street Journal's posts and quote unquote stories that they've made about PewDiePie, they're all about attacking him personally and attacking his content. And it's so out of proportion, and anybody that has watched PewDiePie's videos or has been a longtime subscriber or has viewed him as a comedian rather than blowing everything out of proportion and trying to color the lenses to a different shade so that he appears to be racist. Anybody looking at him in an honest context can see that all of this bullshit is not true. And in my opinion, that is why YouTube is one of the greatest things on earth, because it is really a way for people like PewDiePie and anybody that falls under these attacks from the mainstream media. It is a way for them to fight back because they have their own channel. They have their own way of getting unfiltered, unbiased information out. And that is really what's important, because You can't trust anything these people say. They engineer these headlines to get clicks, and they engineer the entire article and everything they say to outline their agenda and what they want you to believe. Why? Because it makes them money and it keeps them the primary influencers in the media because they don't want to be replaced. So yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is we have free speech, and I think it's pretty obvious to people how disgusting these media companies really are.